season here in Cornwall called winter. This is the last time, so let's get her going. And perhaps, Councillor Neal, would you read the land acknowledgements?
I'd be glad to, thank you. We respectfully acknowledge the City of Corner Brook as the ancestral homeland of different populations of Indigenous people. We also acknowledge with respect the rich histories and cultures of the Beothuk, Mi'kmaq, Innu, and Inuit of the province of Newfoundland and Labrador.
Thank you very much. Okay, we have committee of the whole this evening, so get started. Would someone like to move the adoption of the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Second, there you go. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Contraminded, carried. We have some minutes from January 8th. Would someone like to move the approval of the minutes?
So moved.
Thank you. Seconder? Second here. Thank you, Deputy. All those in favor?
Aye.
Contraminded, carried. Any business arising from the minutes from last meeting?
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
What happens to Christmas trees that people forgot to put out during Christmas week? I am one of those people.
Okay. Mr. Charters, would you be able to tell us or give us some advice in that regard?
I would say you were on your own.
Awesome.
Sorry.
That's all right. We'll give it a good burial out in the woods somewhere.
Ooh, yeah. No comments. Any other business there? Okay, perfect. Deputy Mayor, first report from water and wastewater.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This report is from December 5th, 2023 to January 14th, 2024. So water and wastewater complaints, there's a wide range, but the most complaints we had was 35 water leaks in that time period, and the request for water shut off on and off was second with that. Water wastewater media releases, there was 13. Water wastewater recoverable works, there was $27,240.91, and the most recoverable was private hydrant services and winterizing for 2023, and that was 37. Water wastewater repairs, there were 13. And under the maintenance and repairs, we repaired ruptured water lines on Lundercombe Drive. Snow clearing, snow cleared access road to remote stations as needed. So the upcoming maintenance is going to be to complete the chlorination station services on Lundercombe Drive and Sunny Slope, hydrant snow clearing, and repair service leaks on Georgetown Road. And the water treatment plant maintenance summary, the overview is 2 weather events in December degraded the raw water quality, which caused an increase in organic loading and chemical usage. Water quality slowly improved after each weather event. And 4 separate power outages occurred during the month, and they were on December the 15th, 19th, 22nd, and 23rd. There was no effect to plant operations during this event. Under maintenance, we completed the LED lighting upgrade at the admin office area and completed SCBA, self-contained breathing apparatus training. Upcoming maintenance, going to complete lighting upgrade to LED process area, replace shaft seal on soda ash conveyor feeder, install cabinet island in lab, complete annual service of the ultraviolet system number 3, and continue streaming current and analyzer trial testing. That's it for me.
Okay, anyone have any questions? Water, wastewater side, anything there? Or any other questions?
I did.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
On the private hydrant services and winterize, would somebody explain what that is?
Who would like to talk about that? Mr. Conley?
Yes, yeah. Sorry, I was shutting off my. So we had to. The private services there, we pay some contractors to go around and standing offer to clear the hydrants. So that's what we do with that. And then we also clear some ourselves as well. I don't know if that answers your
No, I
question.
think it's the recoverable, so
Yeah.
there must be some privately owned hydrants that we do some maintenance on.
If there are privately held ones, I'm not aware of that, so I'll have to find out before you get back to you. I don't know.
I can say that there are several privatized hydrants around the city that are supposed to be maintained by the property owners, so, but if they call upon the city to do it, I guess we will charge them, I suppose, so I guess that's what it's related to, but I too am unaware of that, what that exactly is, so.
I'll bring it back a report for next meeting.
Yes.
Yeah, I would assume the private hydrant would have to be flushed, just like our own hydrants, you know, I mean, that's how we know they're working. So that may be part of the.
Yeah, I would think it's,
Yeah, it does say for service winterized.
Okay.
Yeah. So if they're winterized, they're drained. Yeah.
Any other questions? Okay, and on the other side of it, of course, the Public Works.
Okay, we're going to Public Works now for 2023-2024, from December the 7th, January 17th. And we got the usual, the rain snow event. City crew experienced approximately 125 millimeters of rain in less than 48-hour period, and then a heavy snowfall immediately afterwards on December the 20th to 23rd. Damages were minor considering the amount of rain in such a short period of time. So snow clearing up to January 17th was 10 times we plowed. Pothole repairs, crews have been making and patching potholes with cold patching as the conditions permit. With the current weather, crews have been able to address them quickly, and that was back then, but I would say it looks different today. Water and sewer cuts, crews have been dispatched to top up water and sewer cuts weekly, plan to prep and place recycled asphalt on these cuts in the coming weeks, but this is dependent on weather. Service request line, people are still encouraged to report potholes, rough water, and sewer cuts to our service line 637-1666. And the ice rinks, crews began to install the outdoor ice rink on the week of January 8th to the 12th. Slow progress due to poor weather conditions, but hoping to have it open this week. The service request from December 7th to January 17th, we had 306 calls. The top three categories were snow clearing 115, salt and sand request 95, and the rest were in road maintenance and potholes. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions here?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, just
Yes.
one, since early part of January, we didn't have a lot of snow, but in the last few days we have, and I know city crews have been out and around. We had a couple of calls regarding some streets and higher terrains up the city of Corner Brook, wondering when, now that we've had, our first snow, real lot of snow, when the snow blowers will be out in the higher terrains to start to widen the streets.
And I can answer that one because I was having to talk to our super earlier today. We're not quite there yet when it comes to the amounts for our snow blowers. But he informs me that today and the next couple of days, if we can avoid as much snow, we're working on pushing back snow and intersections and things like that. But yeah, we're not apparently quite there when it comes to snow blowers yet. Because of course, if we do that too early, we're going to do a lot of damage as well. So it's a bit of a waiting game at this point.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah. Any other questions on this report? Yeah, again, appreciate everyone's patience. We've had a really doozy of weather last week. I know it's been difficult, but I got to say, in whiteout conditions, things like that, I thought the roads were done very well. But it is very difficult when we're getting high winds and light snow. So please be patient when you're driving. Take your time. I'm sure that we're going to see more warm and wet conditions coming soon. I hear we're getting some cold weather in the next while, but yeah, just please take your time. It's never worth rushing too much.
Yeah, just
Yes.
a comment, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, I had a couple of calls on ice chunks in driveways and stuff like that, and I encouraged the resident to to call the 1666. Our guys are obviously the operators don't do that on purpose. It just happens. Your plow is down, you're pushing, and if there is an issue, and our guys are only too happy to come up and move it for you. So I would encourage people when that happens. It's not on purpose, but it happens. Just give us a call, and our guys are awesome when it comes to stuff like that.
Okay. Okay. Councilor Granter, let's move on. We have a report from Protective Services.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We had 37 calls for municipal enforcement to our municipal enforcement officer line. 5 calls for taxi regulations, 22 calls for animal control. For parking enforcement, we had 5 parking-related violations. All 5 of them were expired meters. The smoke alarm project, just a quick update. The smoke alarm project was put on hold for the December month. Firefighters were predominantly involved with Christmas toy drive activities. Notably, up to now, over 200 Corner Brook homes have had smoke alarms installed by the Corner Brook Fire Department crews. 25 commercial business fire inspections over the last period of time. 72 registrations for Adopt a Hydrant, Mr. Mayor. That's 39% of our goal of 185, 25% of our hydrants being adopted. So more publicity will be undertaken in the coming weeks. And I guess now with the last snowfall last week, I guess more people will register for adopted hydrant. That's it, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions on this?
Again, Mr. Mayor, I have a comment at the adopt a hydrant. Speaking from experience, to go to a hydrant in the middle of the winter and find it's already, the connections are all exposed, it just saves so much work for us and saves on property damage too. So it's not just about doing this so that the city don't have to do it. You know, this could be very important to the resident. I mean, it's all about looking after yourself, and that's all you do when you shovel out a hydrant. You're just looking after your own property. And if it's not shoveled out, we'll do it. Our firefighters will get down, they'll get it out, but it makes so much sense to show up and have the hydrant cleared, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Do you have to own your property? So if you're a renter and there's a hydrant near your property, you can avail of that as well? Perfect.
And would we, you're right, Councilor, it's very selfish, and good reason, we give them a hydrant. But you could also leave a travel voucher to go somewhere warm. Right?
Yeah.
That's not a terrible thing, I don't know about you, but I could stand going somewhere warm.
Yeah.
Anything else, any other questions? Okay, thank you very much. Councilor Pender, we have an update on some capital projects.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This report is to serve as an update to council and public regarding various capital engineering projects being undertaken in the city. So the current updates are as follows. With respect to the Corner Brook Recreation Center, it's about 90% complete, with substantial completion expected by the end of March. Some of the 2024 projects that are coming up, Deep Gulch Brook Culvert replacement, tender documents were received, and the project is planned to go to tender in the near future. Current Street retaining wall replacement, design continues, boreholes are completed, and it's in the preliminary design stage with a tender call expected for the spring. The Great Trail Enhancement Phase 2, spring tender call is anticipated for that as well. Transportation study, Harborside Transportation Consultants recommended for the project, and we're going to bring that up a little later, I believe. Transit accessibility study and implementation plan, requests for proposals were issued and will close on February 15th. The Main Street pedestrian bridge, design services were awarded to Anderson Engineering, another spring tender anticipated. Some intersection improvements with Elizabeth Street and McConnell Drive. The design services are awarded to Harborside Transportation Consultants, and again, a spring tender is anticipated. There'll be lots of tenders going out this spring, apparently. Curling Street Storm Sewer, Englobe Consultants is recommended for the project, and council is to approve that at the next meeting, which is the next meeting?
No.
It's tonight, right? Yeah, okay. And then there's also a spring tender anticipated for that. And then Old Humber Road, the retaining wall there, consultant fee request is under review, and again, another project anticipated for the spring, and that would be it, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Any questions on any of those? Anything we'll do? One thing I will add to is the rec center update. We also have an RFP issue for the daycare that is current. Again, that's just to let everyone know. So again, it's trying to spread the word on the new rec center. There is a daycare as part of it. We're looking for someone to help us operate. Okay. Any other questions, comments on that? Gill, Finance Review.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So these are financial results for the City of Corner Brook for the year ended December 31st, 2023. Total revenues reported for the full year to December 2023 amounted to $37.8 million against a budget of $37.4 million. Total expenses for the year amounted to $36.3 million, with some fiscal year-end accounting adjustments that will still need to be processed, but overall we're in a good place. At the end of, accounts receivable, at the end of 2023, outstanding taxes amounted to $3 million, of which $1.6 million relates to the current year's taxes. So that's $1.4 million that would relate to previous year's taxes that are still outstanding. Of the $3 million outstanding, $503,000 pertains to business taxes. The city collector has sent out reminders to all with outstanding balances and is working with some residents and business owners on payment plans. And I'm assuming the advice from our staff is going to be, please do not fear to reach out, because it is better for you to do that than to just let it sit, right? Better to find a solution. Taxes 2024. Residents should have received their 2024 tax assessments from the city. Please do reach out to staff if you have not. Taxes are due by the 29th of February, 2024, and if you settle your account by then, you'll get a 1% discount. And that doesn't seem like a lot, but every little bit helps. Residents with pre-authorized payment plans should check their monthly debit order to make sure it covers the 2024 tax obligation, because just because you have it set up does not necessarily mean that it's going to cover what the current bill is. So make sure everybody is responsible for checking into that. And that is it from me.
Thank you. Any questions on that? That is a good point about the pre-authorized. That's something that we encounter quite often, where someone gets sort of sending in the regular payment, but it doesn't cover the current tax bill, or it doesn't cover their interest and things like that, and it could end up causing a problem or surprise in the tax bill next
Yeah,
time.
absolutely.
Because taxes do change, unfortunately. They sometimes go up, sometimes they go down. Usually things go up, unfortunately. Any other questions on the finance side?
No, just another comment, Mr. Mayor. Like Councillor Gill mentioned, our staff are eager to work with anybody who has any kind of an issue with their taxes. This is not about shutting stuff off and things like that. This is about, paying your bill, paying your tax bill. But they're so eager to help, and by all means, call.
Absolutely.
Good message. Okay. Thank you very much. Councilor Griffin, we have some information about planning community services.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The following, I'm going to list all the permits have been issued. The Country Road Crematorium, the 106 West Street, the Western Star Building, 71 Humber Road, partially vacant building. It's a major renovation being proposed there. Arsene, am I pronouncing that right? Place. The permit was issued. Let me see, North Shore Highway, Mount Patricia Cemetery Extension, and Maple Valley Road, Anytime Fitness Gym. All those permits have been issued. 1 Mount Bernard Avenue, Sobeys. The work is nearing completion. Final inspection completed and a deficiency list being formulated. Business Development, Downtown Business Improvement Association, survey data analyzed. There is sufficient interest in the new BIA. Meeting set up with 2 downtown malls to discuss their participation in the proposed. A discussion session with businesses in the downtown is planned for finalization of a strategy. We are working with the Downtown Atlantic Canada and downtown associations to utilize their experience and suggestions. The new economic development program, a new economic development program is being developed exclusively for Indigenous youth persons, 35 years and under in the city. The draft program is now being finalized. The Assistance for Women Entrepreneurs of Small and Medium Enterprise. One application has already been approved in 2024. The program details have been shared with Navigate for further outreach. We encourage anyone interested in the program to reach out to our Business Development Officer for program details. Face and blade sign programs, 2 inquiries received. The city's website is being updated. Sustainability development, Grenfell policy class. Staff are working with Grenfell to explore the development of sustainability policies intended to further the sustainability goals of the city. Topics being explored include stormwater management, glass recycling, beekeeping, and tree planting. Staff presented to students last week kicking off the projects. The 2 Billion Trees project is ongoing. The Transit Digital Payment System, the M-Card. The new digital payment system uses a reloadable smart card, the M-Card, to pay your fare for transit rides. The M-Cards are now available at City Hall Customer Service Desk. Visa or MC debit cards are now accepted online. And that should do it for me.
Thank you. Any questions on any of these items? Yes, David.
What is the uptake on the M-Cards? Is it many people using it, or?
Okay, Mr. Charters.
Through you, Mr. Mayor, it's been relatively successful, not as much as we had hoped. So we are now developing some type of program / contest to get more people using those cards. And that we're hopefully going to reach out to Grenfell and Kona to get sales outlets there as well, which we think will really help pick things up. But we're working on it. We wanted to make sure everything was working well. You can use debit cards now, which was a big ask from the people that did pick them up already. So there was a slight issue there. That's all been straightened out, so we're full steam ahead now.
And you can also use Visa
Yes.
and MasterCard.
It's online, so I don't know,
Okay.
if you, at City Hall, can you use Visa to load them up?
You can use whatever you want at City Hall.
Okay,
Yeah.
Excellent.
good. Any other questions, sir? Okay. Okay, Councillor Keating, some recreation updates.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Recreation, the Corner Brook Civic Center is in full swing with a full schedule of programming and renters 7 days a week. The Recreation Department's daytime program is still going strong. Active Tots and Fitness with Nora have seen an increase in numbers. With so much success, we have added a new fitness class, Pilates with Nora, which will begin on January 26 and is offered to all ages and skill levels. We'll also be adding an additional daytime drop-in programs. Stay tuned to the Facebook page, Corner Brook Civic Center, for programming updates. The Winter Carnival will be taking place February 16th to the 25th. The city is working on a few events that will be fun for the whole family. You can visit the website, www.cornerbrookWinterCarnival.ca, for updates on all the fun activities and events that will be taking place. At the Civic Center, activity at the Civic Center resumed on January 2nd for all adult, senior, and youth programming, including minor hockey, Silver Blades figure skating, adult recreation, daily skating for the general public, and the walking track. The Corner Brook Royals Senior Hockey Club hosted the Grand Falls Cataracts on January 6th and 7th, and they are also hosting Deer Lake Red Wings on Saturday, January 27th. Tickets are on sale at the Civic Center, Back Center, or call 637-1233. January will also see a series of minor hockey programming, tournaments, jamborees throughout the month. The center welcomes a return to high-performance baseball program training in January. There will be a weekend training clinic for athletes aged 12 years to 22, male and female. There will be approximately 60 participants taking part in the training weekend from Western Newfoundland. The City of Corner Brook and the Civic Center are hosting Grenfell students and faculty in the center's meeting room for the month of January because of the disruption due to the cyber hack at the Grenfell campus. The Civic Center announced 2 shows with tickets on sale. Shannigan and Friends will play a St. Patrick's Day concert on Saturday, March 16th. and premier comedy hypnotist Fernandez with comedy star Larry Smith from the Club 54 TV show and comedy network will apply to intimate sitting at the Center's Room on Thursday, February 22nd at 9 p.m. with a cocktail hour at 8 p.m. This event is part of Corner Brook's annual Winter Carnival, and both you can get tickets at sale in the Civic Center box office or by phone 637-1233. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any questions on that? Yeah, Civic Center is on wheels lately. Karen, those kids playing hockey. The last weekend was absolutely nuts. Yes, Debbie, you have something? Yep. Okay. Perfect, thank you very much. And on the tourism side of things.
Thank you. For the Jigs and Wheels Festival 2024, we are in the planning process of the Jigs and Wheels Festival with plenty of activities, including opening night on West Street with live music, car show and car races, along with plenty of family-focused entertainment. Not-for-profit organizations as well as local talent have been included in the program. And the Male Whistler Road Train, new parts including window wither shells have been ordered for the train, and the new train is still on the planning design stage, and an event for the reveal will be placed as we receive more details. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any questions there? No?
So we're not gonna get, Mr. Mayor, we're not gonna get a new train this year, but it's gonna be a train, we'll use the old one until the new one comes en route? Is that
We're going
right?
to be using both trains, I guess, at some, as far as I know, but I don't know if we have an idea or a plan to, filling the train.
Mr. Mayor, yes, so the tourism department is busy sourcing the train, so in terms of the Procurement Act, getting 3 codes, etc., to make sure that we get the most competitive pricing for the train. But the plan is that it will be the old train, or the current train, and the new train will run simultaneously. Obviously, the tourism team will determine the actual scheduling of how they will operate over the spring and summer period.
Will we have the new train in operation this tourism season, or it would be tourism season 2025?
So the plan is to have it for this season, provided we can source it and get it over to Canada, if it's internationally built. If not, it will be 2025, but we're trying for 2024.
Yeah, there's nothing stopping us other than the timelines.
Mr. Mayor, just.
So it's not, I think we have the funds ready to go, it's just making sure we get the right thing. I understand too, we have different demands too, but I don't know if we're going to utilize the trains focusing all the time, or perhaps there's a cruise or something like that, where we have increased demand potentially, but I guess the tourism department's figuring out that.
Yeah.
Any other questions there? Okay, thank you very much. So we have a little bit of regular business here as well. We have discretionary use there as board. Councilor Griffin.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Development and Planning Department has received an application to extend the quarry 1.5 kilometers northwest from the Lewin Parkway Industrial Park exit and the TCH interchange located in a rural zone. The mineral working use quarrying is a discretionary use in the rural zone in the city's 2012 development regulations. A notice was put in the West Coast Wire December 20th, 2023, and no written comments were received. This application is for use approval only. The applicant will be required to apply for development approval before operating out of this quarry. The proposed resolution be it resolved that the Council of the City of Corner Brook approve the use application to extend the quarry 1.5 kilometers northwest from the Lewin Parkway Industrial Park exit and the TCH interchange in accordance with Regulation 11, Discretionary Powers of Authority. I so move.
Thank you. Would someone like to second that?
Second, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Question on this one?
Question, Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
So, with respect to environmental impacts of this development, what processes are taken to ensure that, you know, all the development regulations are met with an environmental lens?
Absolutely, Mr. Chairman.
Through you, Mr. Mayor. I just wanted to stress that this is a use only. So if the city is comfortable with that expansion, and my apologies for the very poor description of where this is located, it's not a 1.5 kilometer expansion, it's 1.5 kilometers from the interchange. So if the city approves that, this will then go back to the province for licensing and Crown lands applications, and all of those things will be included in any permitting that would come out of the province. And anything that we want as well for a development permit.
And so they would have, Mr. Mayor, they'd have to go through the environmental assessment process and all that sort of thing, if required,
Yes, well, I understand whatever process. So this is just to say, okay, in principle, we're okay with this use in this area.
Okay.
It is an
In
existing
principle.
quarry area now. It's under a stop work order right now
Mm.
because it has gone beyond its original boundary. So province stopped it and then subsequently council stopped it as well. So yes, if we approve this, they still have to get permission to carry on work, do remediation work, and apply for new areas to be.
That's right.
Thank you.
Questions here?
Mr. Mayor, you just referenced the fact that there's a stop work order in place on this particular same quarry that the developer wishes to expand. And I don't know all the details of the stop work order, but I believe it has something to do with remediation of grounds that were disturbed without the appropriate licenses or the appropriate permits. So would the approval of this, which is on the table this evening, not allow them to continue and not have to do the remediation, which is under the current stop work order? Would the expansion, if approved, eliminate the remediation that's required under the current stop work order?
Mr. Chair?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, it's relatively complicated. Again, this is not anything to do with lifting a stop work order. The developer, if we support this, we would send that back to Crown Lands. They would have to apply for the land. If they get the land and they get the quarrying permit, they would have to do some remediation, but they would then, at that time, they would be licensed to operate in that area. The issue here, again, was that the license described a certain area, they went outside of that area right now. So that's what we're trying to clean up here and work with the developer in the province, Crown Lands, and the quarry folks to rectify this.
Why wouldn't we wait until the stop work order was, I guess, approved, or they were given permission to go back and start work? Why wouldn't this wait until that happened? Why are we doing this in the middle of?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, it really changes what's permitted to happen in this area. If the city says no, then full remediation would probably have to take place. And in order to do the remediation, the stop work order would have to be lifted. So we're kind of going in sequence here. So the remediation may not be as large as it would have been if we decline this application. Or this use application.
So if there is, so as I understand it, Mr. Chair, correct me if I'm wrong, you have to remediate, there has to be a remediation plan for you.
That's correct.
So in the case here, it depends on when the remediation, so we could shut them down completely from expanding where they're working. That would still require us at some point to get a remediation plan, lift the stop work order, and
Right.
do the remediation. Or if we approve the use and if the province grants the land and approves the quarry, they will continue on in their current area and have to do, they will still have to have a remediation plan.
Yes.
But it just matters when it would happen. So again, once the quarry was finished operation, they would still have to remediate. So it really, outside of the current, I guess, current work done, is whether or not, I guess, it's not a matter of being punitive, but it's a matter of whether or not we agree with that use in that area. Any other questions?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, just so I understand, so some of the work that was done, which put in place a stop work order, would be in the area to which the company is now applying for the extra land to extend the quarry. Would that be accurate? Or not?
Yes, it would.
It would if we support this use in the area. So the next step, if council approves the use, then they would go through all of those other steps to continue quarrying, remediation, and getting the stop work order.
And Mr. Chavez, in terms of us, our role in the permit process for a quarry, what, we can stipulate our conditions as well.
Absolutely.
Is that done by, does that come back to council again, or is it just the use that we deal with? Or is it the staff set whether or not they're going to provide a positive referral to the province?
As my understanding is, if the use is approved, then the next steps happen. Now, a development permit, we would have to also give a positive referral to Crown Lands. At that time, we would have another option to stipulate, like we do with any other referral. X, Y, and Z has to happen before we would support this.
And that referral to Crown Lands, does that come back to council again, or?
Yes, I believe it does.
So if we allow this, I guess, we can allow things to progress on to the next step.
That's right.
If the plan to further excavate the area is something that the city has trouble with, for whatever reason, you have an opportunity to stop that.
Or put significant conditions. Yes.
Yeah, I think I'm missing something here. If we're talking the use
Yes.
of this extension, so they wanted to use it as a quarry? Isn't it already a quarry?
Well, it's a breeder area.
So wouldn't the use be already granted?
Sure.
Through Mr. Mayor, the privately held land has the use permitted, discretionary, it was approved sometime in the past. The land outside of that privately held area does not have that use associated with it, so that's why we're here.
Perfect,
And
okay.
Mr. Charles, am I right to assume that in the map where those blue areas is the privately held area? The blue outline?
According to the map, it looks like it, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be the property lines,
So the use is already approved in that area?
yes.
Right.
Yes.
So for all intents and purposes, they went outside the lines, and now they have to apply for the new area before they can proceed.
Right.
And
Okay.
if they don't get the new area, they have to remediate the area that spills over where they were allowed to go.
That's correct.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, good.
No, I got it.
Thank you.
Yes.
And in order for the stop work order to be lifted, it has to come back to council to approve. So when would that be done?
Well, the stop work order, so staff would be able to do the, lift the stop work order for city. But it would have to come back to council for the next public meeting to be
Okay.
ratified.
So I think there's still a little bit of confusion. And I think the clearest piece is you know, the memo from Christina Pye, as that person to Deanne Mumble. We do have, this is just, again, it's like, okay, so it's a discretionary use whether you put an apartment building in that area. We're not approving the development, say, for the apartment building in that area. We're just approving the discretion of, you can put an apartment building there. They would still have to follow all regulations and get a development permit, which have to come back to council.
Okay.
And just one more note. This, I mean, what they're planning to do, from what we understand, is use the materials in this new area to remediate, you know, some things that were already done. Is that what they're?
Partially.
Partially, but they would have to get that approved
Yeah.
through us still.
Yeah,
Because
the
the
stop work
remediation
order-
plan has to be up.
Yeah, the stop work order wouldn't be rescinded until
until all of that, until we got a plan in place to acceptable to us, you know, to remediate that area in the way that we see fit. And we would do that in consultation with our, you know, technical staff and with departments of government.
Okay. Any other questions? Yes?
I guess in the beginning, it seemed like the cart was before the horse, not until you explained everything and told us what was actually happening, that it sort of made sense.
Yeah, I think these are always tricky. We've dealt with this recently.
Yeah.
You know, it clearly stopped the forward came into effect in this particular case because of work being done in the wrong place, improperly not sanctioned. That has to be dealt with one way or another. In this case, I guess, they're applying to expand the area of development, although it's not specific in this case, it's just for use. That has to come later. We have to approve how it's being done. But generally, we try not to be punitive. There is a cost associated with carving outside of the lines, and I think the proponent in this case has endured some of that, the things that haven't been done. But I guess the staff are recommending that we do allow this use in that area, and we'll see subsequently with the technical staff and our staff what they recommend how it should work. Yes.
Yeah, just one follow-up question, Mr. Mayor, and I thank everyone for the explanations. The blue lines on the map that's presented, or on the aerial that's presented, is the lands that were owned by the personal lands owned by the private company, and they were able to develop it under their own property. And then we see a large section, which is now part of the new yellow section, that's already been developed. That's already been disturbed.
Yes.
So now they want to extend that such that it encompasses that land which wasn't privately owned,
Correct.
which would be Crown lands responsible from the government.
Correct.
That's a large disturbance in that particular area without, you know, it's not a small section already, it's a fairly large section where work has already taken place and took place over a number of months or years, really, I would think. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, any other questions there? Okay, well, let's vote on it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Minded. Carried. Councilor Pender, we have a transportation study.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. 1 second there. There we go. It's from our engineering department. This RFD is intended to address the selection of a prime consultant related to the City of Corner Brook transportation study. This project is funded under the 2020-2023 multi-year capital works program and will include a review of the existing transportation network to identify areas of concern, a review of existing policies, and a review of current design standards. The plan will include a report with an implementation strategy to address network concerns and will also provide a set of transportation policies to help staff better manage the transportation network. The City of Corner Brook requested proposals to select a prime consultant for the project. So the proposed resolution be resolved that the Council of the City of Corner Brook accept the proposals submitted by Harborside Transportation Consultants for the transportation study in the amount of $74,175, HST included. The Corner Brook City Council authorizes the city manager to sign the PCA agreement with the consultant, Harborside Transportation Consultants, on behalf of the City of Corner Brook. I so move.
Thank you.
Second, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much. Any questions on this one? Yes.
Not a question, but just a point of interest. A while back, I met with the CNIB, and I think I sent everybody an email outlining what transpired during that meeting. And one of the things that they brought up was a survey that they had done of their own clients in this area with respect to the visually impaired and blind people that use our transportation systems. And I would just throw that out there, that that might be good data for the consultant to consider and chew on.
Absolutely.
Any other questions there?
Just for clarification, Mr. Mayor, this is a transportation study, not specific to a transit study, right, which we've already done a transit study in the last couple of years. This is the study that we talked about a few weeks ago with regard to on-road parking, parking on the right side of the road, or no parking and those kinds of things, and we're doing that study for the entire city.
That's correct. It's when I say transportation system, that includes transit, trails, pathways, roadways, all
Yep.
of those things. It's the entire network together.
Thank you.
Okay, let's vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Minded, carried. And last but not least, Curly Street Storm Sewer. Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This RFP is intended to address the selection of a prime consultant related to the Curling Street Storm Sewer. The project is funded under the 2023-2026 multi-year capital works program and consists of removing and replacing the deteriorating storm pipe to be sized to current standards and reinstatement of asphalt, curb and gutter, and sidewalk. The City of Corner Brook requests proposals to select a prime consultant for the project. Proposed resolution, be it resolved, the Council of the City of Corner Brook accept the proposal submitted by Englobe Corp. For the Curling Street Storm Sewer, the amount of $65,058.51. HST is included in that. The Corner Brook City Council authorizes the city manager to sign the PCA agreement with the consultant Englobe Corp. And on behalf of the City of Corner Brook. I so move.
Okay, thank you. Seconder on that?
Second, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Questions on this one?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
just out of curiosity, what is the location of this project in Curling? Along Curling
Through
Street?
you, Mr. Mayor. It's down near the four-way stop in Curling.
Right,
In that area, there's a sinkhole and,
that area there, okay.
yes.
Thank you.
Need it,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Sinkholes need to be dealt with, for sure. Any other questions on this one? Okay, good to see this work being done. I know in the past we've had some issues with timing of funding and things like that. So we did get our multi-year capital fund approved late last summer. And so that's why I guess the Pennsylvania mentioned a lot of tenders coming out in the spring. And a lot of these are due to us being able to move on our multi-year capital and get those projects going over the next few years. Good to see. Any other questions on this? Okay, let's take a vote. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Unminded? Carried. And before we go, we do have an in-camera session this evening, but before we go, I do want to mark the passing of one of our employees, Board Hamlin. Board served with the Cornwall Fire Department for how long?
45 years.
45 years. And then he failed retirement, came back to work for us again as an AEC.
Yes.
And again, it's very sad to see him go, and condolences to his family and friends. It was very moving to see so many out to his funeral and our fire department representing. As well, I would like to make a note of Derek Bragg's passing as well. Minister Bragg, again, if you've ever met him, a very affable gentleman, and Minister of Fisheries, and he was in municipal affairs for a bit too, wasn't he? Yes. Yeah. And I know he was part of, when we were getting our rec center moving, and that he was part of the municipal affairs then as well.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, when that was approved, he was the minister,
Yeah.
so his signature would have been on there.
That's right. Very, very supportive of that project. Again, a fine gentleman, gone too soon, so again, condolences to his family as well. With that, I will, I guess, we'll consider this part of the meeting adjourned, and we'll break for an in-camera session.